So step one of making the passenger side cabinet is actually building a little platform that's going to go around the wheel well, because that is where the fridge is going to be on top of. So yes, the fridge is going to be inside the cabinet and we'll access it from the top when we open the fridge top. And it's not just going to be able to sit on the wheel well. So Lou's going to build a platform, and yeah, that's what we're doing now. I see that.
Joe is always taking care of us.
Joe does take care of us. Always. He's an awesome neighbor.
See his waters?
Yes.
Courtesy of Joe.
Joe brought us waters and the fan.
Always.
So, off topic.
In topic.
In topic. What you doing over here, Lou?
I'm going to try to build a platform for the fridge out of leftover wood that we have. I'm trying to save everything and then put it together. See what happens.
Okay, so I think we've got it. We've got the legs that's going to be for the platform, and then the top part that the fridge will rest on. Lou cut, I sanded. Now she's getting her little corner pieces so that we can assemble them and start screwing them into place. So she put her little corner holders, she did her pre-holes, and then drilled in the deck screws. And of course, like she did with the passenger cabinet, she'll put little blocks in there to hold it. Okay, so before we put the little supporting blocks on it, she's just testing it out, make sure it's the proper measurements and everything is good. The front cabinet, we know, basically comes up to the line right here.
Yeah, so
as long as it's within that, and it is, we are good.
I can move this more back.
Yeah, fabulous. And I think she's planning on keeping the fridge on the styrofoam just for extra protection. You know, obviously the earthquake of the truck moving.
So I mean, when we attach the front board to this, that's why I didn't make this as long, because it has the wheel well also on it. And so that's where it would live.
Yeah.
The wood will come to here.
Right. Yeah, so the top of the fridge will stick out, and we can just open it and access everything inside. Awesome. So there's been a slight modification. After we tested it out, Lou decided, you see this little block or wall right there, basically put one on each side that's going to help prevent the fridge from sliding side to side. So there we go. That's the way it looks, well, the way it would look inside. Not that anybody's going to see that once it's covered. Looking good.
Like a glove.
That's perfect. I can't wait to start preparing our breakfast and lunch in here.
You start now, I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're up for a break. Same as the wall on this side, but Lou had to cut a notch because there's a lip that comes out of the truck that holds the top to the truck topper to the truck. Just do the same for this wall. I keep calling it a wall, but it's the side of the cabinet, I guess. She's marking where the notch is going to be so like that it can slide all the way in, because otherwise this sticks out. So it needs to scoot all the way inside. So that's the little notch that she drew out that needs to get cut. So Lou's strategy is to make a hole first and then cut through. You go. Yay! Ooh, it's the perfect fit. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. This is a complicated project though, because now we need to cut an opening here, because that's where the toilet is going to slide in and out from. And then a drawer above the toilet, because that's where the stove is going to slide in and out from. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
A shelf.
A shelf. Got it. So like coming around. every day it's just a couple of hours of work, not only because it's when I get off of work, but also these black skies we're dealing with. It has been raining so much. All right, it is time to get back to work now that I'm off of work, and first order of the day, as always, is taking a bath in the mosquito repellent. They are pretty bad down here. So all 4 legs are cut and sanded. Now Lou is measuring 12 by 14 for the center shelf. Alrighty, so the little shelf is done. So there's obviously going to be a panel covering the front and a panel covering, well, I should say the side and then the front. And this will get lifted up on a hinge. We pull out the stove will go on top when we're cooking, and overnight when it's time to do business, lift this up, slide this out, put that back down, and that'll stay out overnight if we need to do our business before or in the middle of the night. Yep. So perfect. There's Lou's little 4 legs that she put on the shelf. And one more little project done tonight. And again, the sun is already starting to go down. You'll see it over there. So we're gonna call it a wrap. And that's today's project. So it is my off day. So you know what that means. Time to get back to work. We'll see how much we can get done because we're getting threatened with tons of thunder and it's black on the west side. But hopefully we see the clouds moving north, so hopefully it doesn't come more east and it's just going north. But the first thing today is putting a support on the actual truck so that we can secure the driver's side cabinet. There goes Lou with the drill. She's rushing me. Say hello.
I am.
And there she goes, connecting her little power tools. And, oh, okay, I guess I misunderstood. Oh, you're going to undo these.
Undo this support.
And then put that directly over there. So we're undoing it from here and then drilling it into the truck.
Or not.
There you go. All right, 1 down, 1, 2, 2 more to go. Oh, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not that one.
So the screws Lou was taking out were the ones that were connected into the supporting beam, and completely forgot we already put wood glue on it. So she's gonna have to like chisel it or something out because that supporting beam is what's gonna get drilled into the truck. All right, so she's got the beam that was on the inside of this off. Now she's marking where it's gonna go here on the truck so that she can drill into it. She already looked behind the brake light to make sure everything would be okay and she won't, you know, mess anything up, and we're in the clear. And Joe, our amazing neighbor, went ahead and brought us over some Trulies. For those that are wondering, he did already get a new RV. There it is. There is one hole.
There's no holes.
And there's the second hole.
There's no holes.
What do you mean no holes?
Those didn't go through. There's no holes.
Oh, it didn't? It looks like it went through.
Yeah.
It's just a dent.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What do I know? Now it's a hoe. To be safe, we're going to put a little bit of construction glue right on the back of that so that we can adhere it to that, and then she can screw into it. Good deal. I squeezed it out. She's smearing it. Now clean those fingers. All right, so this is done. We are not going to attach this back onto that because I need to paint it. And yes, I can still paint it while it's already attached inside. But for a little bit extra protection, we don't want to just paint the exterior. We want to paint the interior as well, because that paint coating is going to protect that wood longer.
Right, it's a waterproof paint and primer.
Right.
So, you know, this is not exactly the most sealed.
Yeah, exactly. So once it's painted inside and out, we'll go ahead and attach it and call the driver's side done.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Sorry for the interruption of the driver's side. I know that was last week's video. Moving back on to the passenger side. So Lou is marking the inside of, I guess, the cabinet wall is what I would call it, to know where it is that we're going to basically have to cut, because this is going to have to open, right? So this part here in the front has to be cut open. So that is the next step, is drawing. Okie dokie, she's got most of her outline done. Everything is looking good. There we go. Same for the other side. Her foot's blocking it, but everything's outlined. So you'll see that this still aligns with this, because obviously she's going to screw this part into this part. And the opening will be on the bottom for the toilet to come in and out, and opening on the top for the stove to come in and out. So it looks like it is perfectly aligned. Now there's going to be another cut in here. You'll see where Lou drew out. That's going to be basically underneath the fridge area. And that part's just going to remain open. We're going to have some baskets down there. And I'm not sure yet if that's going to be for clothes, toiletries, whatever the case may be. So we need this open. So time to cut again. us through what's going to happen next?
This is the back of the front face of the cabinet. And I've outlined the frame that I've built for the refrigerator. These are little blocks that I put in as extra reinforcement. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drill 2 holes here, 2 holes here, 1 on each side, go all the way through. That way when I put it against it, I can see from the front side where the holes are going to go. So align it with that. So I can screw the refrigerator platform into this. But without trying to guess, because I'm not a carpenter, I don't know how else to do it. So this is what I've done. Sort of, pre-drill and then a little more drilling into the blocks that are there, and then the screw. That's the plan. See what happens. Now I need 4 screws.
The deck screws? Okay. So Lou has officially secured the fridge platform to the wall of the cabinet. Next is securing the toilet cover or stove shelf to the wall of the cabinet.
Well, what's next?
All right, last thing to do for today, at least, for this wall cabinet is the front wall, where you're not going to be able to see all the way in. So, time to do more pre-drilling and then drilling in the screws, and then we'll be done with that part.
Pretty proud of myself.
You've done amazing. It looks great.
Pretty good for my first time. From scratch.
Alrighty, it is time to put this baby back in place. She is almost done. Look at that wall. So that is a wrap for today. The passenger side cabinet pretty much is almost done. Now what's pending is tomorrow putting the door on this with the hinges so that it folds up and down. That way we can pull out the toilet, take out the stove, put it on the top of it, and cook. Nothing's gonna go there. That's gonna stay open with baskets inside. I can put 3 8x8 baskets in there. And the top is just gonna have to wait a little bit because we need to wait for the sink to arrive before we can cut the hole for the sink up here. And then that's it. Then it is time to paint. There's the driver. And there's the passenger. Lou's saying that we're not done because we still have the bed platform. But what I mean is done with the cabinets. Even though the painting job is a completely different job too. That's not part of the cabinet.
Not done, so I think they're 80%.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the cabinet door.
Yay.
Lou's favorite part. Time to pick all this up. And put it away. Not just that, but the extra wood too. Look at all the spare pieces we have. Okay, sun's about going down and everything is already picked up as you can see and stored away. Let's just bring the fridge inside. The last thing is the toolbox. Ready to call it a night. Good night, guys. time to bump and grain. I think today is the last day of the passenger side cabinet. The agenda for today is putting the door for the toilet and cabinet so that it can come up and down. So we're going to cut out a piece of wood because the one that we already cut out for that spot is now going to be too small, so we need a bigger piece. Obviously sand that, and then put the hinges on it, put some legs on it, put the hinges on the legs. So stay tuned for today's portion of the cabinet. And the tops, Lou just reminded me. So the top that we got is actually gonna get cut almost in half, but not necessarily in half, because we need one for the back on the back side of the fridge, and then one for the front side of the fridge. And then hinge that down. One is gonna be hinged down, the other one's just gonna be glued down. That's not gonna be opened. So tops and door. Okay, so Lou already measured there how big she wants the door to be. I wrote that down. So 16 wide, 19 tall. We're going to cut it from this extra sheet. And then what did you just do there now?
This is the piece that we cut out of here.
Uh-huh.
And we decided the door's going to go superimpose that inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out legs from here.
So those are these lines here, the legs.
Right. 2 legs for the flip top. And the reason why I'm using this instead of this is because the inside here should be able to fold the legs inside without making any adjustments in here. Whereas this is too thick to fold inside.
Right. Okay. So time to cut?
Time to mark that one. As well as the 2 legs, and I just finished sanding it. So time to apply some hinges and then more cutting for the top. So we have these 1-inch hinges. They're the same ones we put up here that folds up and down, and Lou is going to go ahead and now put them on the leg. We're aligning the leg as close to the bottom as possible so that it clears this part in here. Alrighty, it is time for the piano hinge. 16 inches. Okay. I need to measure again.
So the measuring she was doing is that the door is 16 inches and the piano hinge is 14 inches, 12 inches. So since there's four left over, she's doing 2 inches on this side and 2 inches on that side so that it is even. And there is the 2 inches. There we go. We got the big piece of wood out, which is the top, And we're gonna go ahead and now cut it so that one side of the fridge is 23.5, then the other side of the fridge is 29. So time to cut. If you guys saw last week's video, and I'll link it up here on the cards, we're basically doing the same setup as we did on the other side. So this, I forget what these woods are called. These little skinny, that stick, furring sticks or something like that. Lou's gonna cut that so that that can go ahead and get screwed onto the top piece, and that's going to serve as a support on the lip of the truck so that the table is completely flat instead of falling back in. So she needs that stick.
Almost break time.
Yeah, that's time to give Lexi her lunch, and then we can run an errand and then eat after our errand. Hi! Hello! Alright, so the little wood block stand is in. Put the wood glue. Now we're putting some clamps on it so that it can hold in place. And that's basically the exact same as what we did here on this very first one. Whereas the back one of these, which is standing right there, it's gonna go behind the fridge, is gonna be like those. That one is gonna have a hinge. So we were about to take off to Home Depot because we need another piano hinge for the fold-up cabinet door.
And it's our second home.
It's our second home. What do you mean?
Yeah, because we're always there.
Oh, the truck?
No, Home Depot.
Oh, Home Depot being our second home. So true. We're there all the time. And before we walked out, UPS just showed up. And I'm super, super excited because this is part of that cabinet. Our sink just got here. What did we choose as a sink, babe? That box is destroyed, by the way.
You chose a square wood salad bowl made of bamboo.
That is going to be our sink. We can't get like a regular size sink because, I mean, hello, this is a truck camper. There isn't that kind of space. But this is going to be perfect. All right, so let's see. Lou wants me to open it since I'm the one that picked it. She did give me two options that she found that were going to be the right size. One was going to be round, and it was nice. But then she showed me this, and I'm like, this is so unique. Like, who has a square bowl? Everybody has a round bowl. So I went with something a little bit more unique, and I'm very excited about it. It comes, not that we're going to need it, but it comes with like those salad tossers because it's a salad bowl. So, I mean, maybe we'll save this and use it for something or another. Not sure.
Scratcher.
Yeah. Alright, so check it out, you guys. Our bamboo sink that's going to go over. Hey, do you think we should stain this the espresso color? We're staining the wood as well. Leave this different to stand out.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's nice.
All right. There you go.